Hello students, welcome back into the another session of CS22 operating system concepts using Linux and Unix. As all of you know that we are discussing about unit number 5, that is various shell commands. In our previous two lecture we have completed with two different category of shell commands. Category number is a shell command for connecting to Unix shell. Second is various login commands like password, logout, who am I, and clear. Even we have started with few of the file and directory related commands where we have discussed about ls for listing the directories, rm for removing the file, rmdir for removing the directory, and mkdir for creating the directory. So we can say that in a sequence mkdir is used to create the directory, rmdir is used to remove the directory, cat command is a multi-purpose command where it is used to show the content of file, even it is used to create the file, and that created file can be removed using rm command. Whatever the folder or root folder contains, the number of file can be listed using the command called ls. For changing the directory and for moving the file, copying the file, and creating the symbolic link between the two files, commands are cd, mv, cp, and ln. So we can say that up to this selected commands we have completed practically all the selected command in our last lecture. So in today's lecture we'll go for the further commands which starts from umask2 will go up to touch. Now in this group of command, some of the command we can perform practically, which we will see over the terminal window of the Unix shell, and some of the commands we will discuss only theoretically. So let's start with the same. First, as all of you knows that we have to load our terminal window successfully into the Ubuntu operating system for performing various shell commands or the group of shell command which is available in this operating system. So for that we have to load the terminal onto the screen. For loading the terminal onto the screen, in a search window just simply type terminal. It will return a desktop icon look like this one onto the screen. Just click on that once only. Within a few minutes it will load terminal window onto the screen. Till that, let's start with the theory concept of further commands. As you can see onto the screen, lastly we have completed with the discussion of rmdir. Now we'll discuss about umask command. So the theory of umask says that umask command is used to get or set the file mode creation mask, or we can say that this is the Unix shell command which is related with the file permission. As we are discussing about file and folder shell commands, so it comes under that particular category. Again I am repeating my words. Umask is used to get or set the file mode creation mask. The syntax of umask is as given below, where this u is the small u, umask into the bracket -s is one of the parameter, then 30, that is the symbolic representation, and then we have to give the mask. Now this -s produce the symbolic output. 000 is a octal digit used for the permission, and this command is actually allow user to set the permission. It will not set the permission by itself. That means this command is used to allow the user to set the permission, but it actually not set the permission. So the line is written over here. This actually not set the permission, but allow user to set the number of permission. Now let's see whether it works or not. For that, what I am doing first is I am just displaying the directories that we have. Then I am transferring myself from root to MVM, and in MVM I have two files, that is 1 and 2, that I have lastly created, where in file number 1 there is a student, and then I think I have fired the cp command for copying the file. So in file 2 there is also a content of file 1. Now let's try to make umask -s 000 and 1. -s is capital. So these three permissions were written onto the screen. These three permissions represents the read, write and append permission for the file called 1. Now suppose I print this file onto the screen, it will not change any content in this particular file. Internally, it allows any user to set any of the permission over the file called 1. So this is the purpose of using umask. Now next one is chmod, that is a change mode permission. As umask represents the number of permissions which can be applied on a particular file, chmod is used to change the permission to that particular file. That means using chmod command, any user can change their permission from read, write and append as given on this particular screen. U is equals to RWX, G is equals to RWX and O is equals to RWX. This is the three different types of permission for reading, writing and appending the particular file. Next is chon. Chon command is used to change the owner of the file. Right now, the file that I have created called 1 is owned by the person called student. Say for example, suppose I type a command called who am I. It prints the name of owner, that is student. So student is the owner who owns this MVM folder. Now suppose I want to change the owner. For this I need two different users in operating system, which I have called Ubuntu operating system, and then using the command called chon, then the file name. Let me show the syntax. Chon, then we have to give the name of new owner. That means, say for example, chon, then suppose new user is Rajkot and the name of file is 1, which is already created. Suppose I press enter, it shows invalid user Rajkot, because right now Rajkot user is not available into the entire Linux operating system. For this, first we have to create another user called Rajkot, and then suppose I fire this particular command, then it will change the owner of file from student to Rajkot. So in this way we can perform chon command. Next is find. Find is used to search for the specific file into the folder. Say for example, right now into the folder of MVM there are two files, that is 1 and 2. Now suppose I write find 1 and press enter, it search for the file name called 1 and it prints the name of that particular file onto the screen. Now suppose I want to search for the file which I have not created. Say for example I am writing like this, find and a file name which is not created, then it returns the exception message. Exception message is find then the name of file, no such file or directory, as this particular file is not present into the current working directory called MVM. So this is the use of find. Next one is PG. PG is called as a page header. It allows user to view text file one page at a time. That means what? Say for example in my file called 1 I have only a single text, that is student. Now suppose I have a bunch of text in this one.txt file, then Linux operating system divides a bunch of text into the equal number of pages, and in a one page you can see the set of a particular lines. So this PG command is used to browse through each and every pages which is created by the Unix, and then one by one on a page you can see the relevant information. The syntax of PG command is PG, then give the page number, then the string, then the line, and then the pattern, just like that. Suppose I am typing PG1. What it prints? It prints only student onto the screen, as in this one file only the single word is there called student, and end of file is founded where you have to press yes. Once you press yes onto the end of file, root will be written onto the screen, as you can see onto the screen. Let's go for the another one. Next one is more. More is reverse than PG. More command also displays the text one screen at a time, where PG displays the text one page at a time. So this is the difference between more and PG. More is actually a one type of filter for pagination through the text one screen at a time. It does not provide as many as options for enhancing the pagination through the different lines and the pages. Next one is head. The head command read the first 10 line of any given file name. Say for example, let me create a one. Let me show you first how many files we have. Right now we have only two files, that is 1 and 2. Now I am creating file number 3, where on line number 1 is A, second line B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z, and then I am saving this particular file using the shortcut key called Ctrl D. Let's see whether this file is created or not. Let me clear the screen. Type ls command. Yes, file number 3 is created. Let's print that file onto the screen. as you can see that more than 10 lines are there. Now what I am writing is the keyword of a command called head, then I am giving the name of file called 3 and press enter. What it displays? The first 10 line of the entire file. So this is the purpose of head command. Again I am repeating my words. Head command is used to display the first 10 line of entire file. In file number 3 I have created more than 10 lines, which you can see onto the screen. Then I have fired the command called head and the name of file. It displays the first 10 line onto the screen, where this A is line number 1, line number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So this is the use of head command. Tail is reverse than this. Let's perform it onto the screen. Just write tail and the name of file and observe the output which we have. It displays the last 10 lines. So obviously it shows the difference between head and tail. Head is used to display the first 10 line and tail is used to display the last 10 line. And this difference you can observe onto the screen. Let's go ahead. Next is WC command. Here the category gets changed. WC, okay, it's already there into the file and directory structure that we are discussing. WC. Fine. WC command is used to count the number of characters that we have into the string. Let's see the theory once. Yes, WC or word count prints the count of new line words and byte for each input file. How can we perform this particular command? Just type the keyword called WC and give the file name. Suppose I am giving the file name called 1, which contains the text called hello. Let me see cat1. Okay, it contains student. What it prints onto the screen? One line, one word, 8 characters each line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. String always starts with 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 and 1 is blank space, or you can say the end of file total. There are 8 characters. So in this way it shows the output. Let's see whether this particular command contains subparameters or not. Yes, it contains subparameters like -c, -m, -l, where -c is used to print the byte counts, -m is used to print the character count, -l is used to print the number of line count. Let's use any one with WC command. So I'm writing WC -l and then the name of file. What it prints? One word per one line. So one is there onto the screen. Let's try something else. Suppose I am writing -m. What will be the expected output of -m? So it should print the character count. So let's see, it is printed onto the screen or not. Yes, 8 and 1, that means 8 character per one line is printed onto the screen. So practically and theoretically, head, tail and WC command with parameters get proved. Let's go ahead. Next one is, and I think the last one for file and directory structure, is touch command. The theory of touch command says that the touch command is a standard program for Linux and Unix operating system that is used to create, change and modify timestamp of a given file. Let's first practically perform this particular command over the shell prompt. So for that I am writing the keyword called touch, then the name of file, press enter. Touch, name of file and another name of file. So, touch 1 and let's give 4, which is not created. What it does, it creates the file called 4 even into the file number 4 . Okay, touch command will create the file number 4 without any content of file number 1, but the created time and the date of that file number 4 is same as a file number 1. So how can we see that? For that I think I have to fire the command called who, and you can see the current date and time over here onto the screen. So this is the purpose of using touch command. Fine. So this was all about various types of file and directory related commands. After that, the next topic of discussion is operators in redirection and piping. That means various types of Linux operator. In Linux, as per the prescribed syllabus of Saurashtra University, various operators are less than, symbol is like this, greater than, and double less than, and double greater than. Already in our cat command we have used this symbol called greater than. Actually greater than and less than is a multi-purpose relational operators where it is used to create and even it is used to compare the two values. Suppose we will use this greater than with cat command before the name of file, it creates the new file. And if we use this particular greater than symbol between the two values, then it will compare these two values and returns the specific out. Same like that, there is an use of less than. If we put in between the two values, it compares and returns the relevant output onto the screen. And if we write into the cat command, let's see what happens. So for that, let me clear this terminal first. Now the situation is I have 4 files 1, 2 and 3, 1, 2, 3 and 4, where in file number 1, file number 2, let's clear again. 4 files I have: file number 1, file number 2, file number 3 and file number 4. In these 4 files, 1, 2, 3 contains some information and file number 4 is blank. This is the current situation. Now, what I am doing is, here I am writing cat less than 1. It prints the content of file onto the screen. So cat can be used in two different ways. Simple, suppose you type cat and file name, even it will shows the content of file number 1 onto the screen. And suppose I write cat less than 1, even it shows the content of file number 1 onto the screen. So this is the purpose of using less than. Now 2 times less than and 2 times greater than, we'll see it theoretically first. But before that, let's firstly revise about less than and greater than. Greater than add to the end of standard Unix command, which would normally print output onto the screen. This input output redirector will cause all the output of the program. Less than, even it is used to add into the standard Unix command, which normally requires to input from your keyboard. That means greater than and less than, there is a difference of input and output. Now one more new operator is there, which is called as pipeline operator. This pipeline operator is generally used to join two or more valid Unix command. We will see it practically later on, but just keep in mind, pipeline operator is used to join two or more valid Unix command. Now 2 times greater than and 2 times less than can be practically performed like this. Just type cat 2 times greater than, and suppose I am writing 1. Let's exit from this particular screen first. Clear the screen. Type. Now suppose I am writing cat greater than 5, and then here I am storing SYBCA as a text, and I am saving this particular text by pressing the shortcut key called Ctrl D. Let's press ls again. 5 is created. Type cat 5. It prints SYBCA onto the screen. So the functionality of greater than is similar like a single greater than. Suppose I am typing cat 2 times less than and the name of file. It prints nothing onto the screen, as there is no content available in this given file. Let me perform it again as my keyboard stucks. Cat 2 times less than, and then the name of file. It returns the symbol, then give the values like 3 and 1. Press enter. Now give the shortcut Ctrl D. It returns this error message onto the screen, as the comparison becomes false. Let's go ahead. Fine. Next one is finding patterns in the file. It is just like in Oracle. The topic of the discussion is, let me repeat the name of topic, finding patterns in the file. That means it is a kind of searching Unix shell commands which will search for the specific portion of a value from the entire group of string or the single string. Three commands are there: grep, fgrep and egrep. In today's session, we'll discuss about grep only, and then we'll go for another one. Grep command is used to find out the text with extended regular expression, and as per the experts of Unix, this command is slower into the execution. Let's take fgrep also. Fgrep is also used to find the text with extended regular expression, and as per the opinion of expert, this is bit faster. And egrep is also used to find out the expression within a file. It is lower than the previous two. Let's see how can we perform this particular three commands. For that, I am using the file called I am using the file called 5. Let me clear the terminal. Cat5 contains multiple lines. Sorry. Yes, it contains a multiple line. Then I am writing grep, and then a, and then the file name. It highlights the particular character in red color from the entire file, and it prints same onto the screen. For better output, let's use a single line file. Suppose I am using cat2, cat1. Now I am using grep u and the name of file. What it does, it highlights u from the entire word. That means u is searched by this particular command prompt called grep, and it will be highlighted into the red color. Now instead of this, suppose I am using the another similar type of command like fgrep. Fgrep u and then the name of file. Similar type of output is there, but this searching is little bit faster than the previous one. And the last one is egrep. Egrep u and the name of file. Contains the similar output, but this searching is lowest than the previous two. So this was all about finding pattern commands into the file. In our next lecture, we will go with working with columns and file command, working with columns and field command like cut, paste and join. Thank you very much students for listening me, and have a nice day.